What's up, everyone? In this video today, I'm going to be talking about my Xbox One Elite controller. I've had this controller for a little bit over a year and a half now, so I got it back in November 2015. Was that a year and a half? 16? Actually, no, I'm pushing 2 years. I've had this controller almost 2 years. This is the second one I've purchased. It runs about $150, but you can get it on sale. It's for the Xbox One X, and I'm going to talk about some of my favorite features on this controller. This complete video is just going to be with me and my camera pretty much. All right, so first things first, I want to talk about the actual paddles on the back of this controller. If you're interested in buying one of these controllers, then first of all, this is going to be one of the biggest advantages, because if you're playing any games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, Rainbow Six Siege, you need a drop shot, jump shot, or anything to that nature, rather than taking your actual hands off the thumbstick here, you can, instead of pressing A to jump, you can have it set like I do and have this paddle down here. Let me get so you can see this paddle down here. So that's your jump button. Now, one thing I want to warn you guys about is that the paddles are really sensitive on the back of this. Not that they're weak, but they're really sensitive. So when you set it down, unless you're setting it down on a flat surface like this, it typically tends to catch. So you might like set it down on your lap and accidentally do something that you didn't mean to do. So I have a neat trick for you guys. I actually have it set because I was playing Madden. I have a neat trick for you guys, and it's to go through your Xbox accessory app. Once you're in the app, you can actually customize what each one of these paddles do, especially if you don't like the way it comes. It comes with, like, I don't know, some weird configuration, but I changed it almost immediately. But switch because you have two settings on here. You have setting 1 and setting 2. Switch one of your settings. So I have setting 2 here. Switch it so that you only have one of the settings with actual paddles set to function. And then the other setting you can have is set to just do nothing. So like when I have it switched to setting 2, I can set down my controller on my lap. If I'm playing a game like Madden and I don't need those extra paddles, then I can actually go ahead and not have those active and don't worry about it at all, period. So that's one quick trick for you right there. If you're interested in buying this controller, I definitely say try to get it on sale. I mean, there's a lot of good deals. It comes with a lot of customizable parts, so you get different joysticks. They're just magnetic. Just go right back on. There's a high, medium, low. There's domed. There's concave. So, like, what I mean by that is, like, on the insides here, they're kind of caved in. But there's ones, if you don't like this, they're domed over. So if you're one of those gamers and for whatever reason you like that, then it comes in a package. The other thing, too, is I have the D-pad disc on here. But you can just remove that, and there's an actual D-pad that goes on top of this one. So you don't have to worry about that. That's another good feature there. Your traditional Xbox headset jack, which no one ever wanted, but we got stuck with somehow. So this one here, if you use old headsets or if you have some kind of special headset that's made for Xbox One only, this will still work. And then what everybody else uses is the 3.5 millimeter jack. So if you have like Turtle Beaches or higher end headsets, like I use a Sony PlayStation headset on this one, and it works fine for me. So if you have a headset like that, then you're good to go, rock and roll, stick it in there and roll out from there. I definitely say this is my favorite gamepad because of the grips on the back. And I've joked about it in my Scuf review video. These grips are amazing. And the controller weighs a lot. Like it's solid. You can, like I said, you can straight knock somebody out cold with it. So if you're looking into a controller that A, works well, B, has customization functions built in, and C, you don't have to wait a month to get, because that's another downside of these other controller companies, is that once you order them, you have to wait so long to get them that sometimes it's like the hype that you had is gone and you're just like, oh, fuck, I want my controller back. So you get your controller right away. You don't have to worry about that. Last thing I want to touch base on is your trigger stops. These little triggers on the back. It's real convenient because games like FIFA, actually I'll show you how it works. So trigger won't go all the way down versus the trigger where it does go all the way down. So shooting games, you just get a much faster reaction time to the actual trigger pull versus if you had it all the way down or all the way up, you have to press all the way in. So games like FIFA with dynamic sprint, it's fantastic to just be able to switch it off and not have to worry about messing up your actual sprint, because you have to press the trigger all the way in. And even on some guns for Battlefield 4, they added a setting where you can customize it and you can actually pull down less on Battlefield 4 before it responds with like the sniper rifles. Like when I first got this thing, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, why the hell can't I shoot my gun? This is the most retarded thing I've ever seen. But once I figured that out, that I could just toggle the trigger stops on and off, it was perfect for me. So I definitely recommend that you guys get this controller. This is for that person that's on the fence and kind of wants to see a more in-depth user look, I guess I would say. Something that look from somebody that already has a controller. So I definitely say you should jump on it. And for the price, I used to make fun of people that paid a lot of money for these custom controllers, but now I am one of these people and I can see the advantages. So for the price, like I said, $150, you could pick it up at a store. You can go to GameStop, Walmart if they carry it, or Target, and just pick it up that day. And if you see one online that's really cheap, like let's say you see one on Amazon.com and it's sold and shipped through Amazon, you can actually take it, in my experience, you could take it to Target or Best Buy and they'll price match it. So if you see one for $90 or $100 and it's sold and shipped through Amazon, if you call your Best Buy, call your Target, see if they'll price match, and Walmart does it too. See if they'll price match, and then you can easily save $50 on the controller right there and just pay $100 for it. And if you're a tournament player, a big advantage for you is that you'll never be down and out, because if you have the money to spend on it, you don't have to wait to send your controller back. You don't have to wait a week to send it out. You don't have to wait 2 weeks for them to fix it. You don't have to wait 5 days for them to send it back to you. I mean, that's almost a month without being able to play in tournaments properly. So just that little investment right there, you just go straight to your local shop, get another one, rock and roll. All right, that's it for the video, guys. Thanks for stopping by and watching it. And if you're not already a subscriber, then go ahead and drop that subscription. It's not the best video I've ever made, but I definitely want to get this out there for the Xbox One users that are looking for a great controller. Take it easy.